Hey everyone, it's Jamie from BestNerdLife. Welcome to the first episode of Nerdy Thrifts of 2022. A video series where I go around my local and not so local charity shops to try and find the best nerdy gaming bargains that I can. And what a way to enter the new year. Got a ton of things to show you in this episode, and what better way to celebrate the new year than with a new intro. So without further ado, let's get going. Okay, let's start off with a bit of footage that I took over the Christmas break. I found Chevy Chase's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. What an absolutely fantastic Christmas film. However, it was a DVD and I don't really collect DVDs anymore, so I decided to leave it for someone else to enjoy. As I was walking past another charity shop window, I managed to find this thing, a Cyber Pet, which is basically a Tamagotchi. Yeah, I've not seen one of these in ages. It was still in its box, and yeah, it's pretty cool to find. Teach, feed, play, all that kind of stuff. Inside that aforementioned charity shop, and I found The Getaway for the PlayStation 2. Yeah, for £2.50. I'm definitely going to be leaving that because I can get it cheaper elsewhere, namely CEX. But it's really cool to see this on a shelf because I've never actually played it before. It's one of those that I do want to do, but not today. Elsewhere on the shelves, I managed to find these multimedia PC speakers by Silvercrest. I'm always on the lookout for speakers, but not for £10. Although they do look pretty decent, I did decide to leave them because I don't want to spend that much on speakers. One last thing I found on these shelves was this. Basically, piece of software, Music Studio, for Windows 7, the #1 selling music creation software for the PC. Yeah, this looked pretty cool, except for the fact that it was £15. I'm not going to spend that much on a piece of software that I'm not really going to be using in like a extended manner. It would just be trying it out and testing it, so yeah, I decided to leave it. Outside yet another charity shop, and I managed to find a bunch of DVD style case PC games for 50p each, including stuff like Warhammer, a bunch of flight simulators, for example Combat Flight Simulator like this, also another one, Flight Simulator 2004. Yeah, I'm not really interested in getting any of these. However, I did manage to find quite a few like hidden item games like Vampire Saga. I've never really been big into like hidden item games, and I've always wanted to try them, and for 50p I decided to do it. Why not? I've just never really had the chance to, and now I do, and yeah, I'll probably regret my decision. Inside that same charity shop with the stuff outside, I managed to find Battalion Wars 2 for the Nintendo Wii. It did say £2.50 on it, but I think the person who rung them through actually put it on as 50p to go with the other games that I got outside, so yeah, it cost me 50p. Moving on to another charity shop now, and I managed to find a couple of Xbox games, the original Xbox games. First to Fight, I've never heard of that. A Medal of Honor game. Frontline, yeah. Just some PlayStation 3 games that I'm not interested in, although I had a look through them anyway. Damnation looks interesting, but yeah, I don't have PS3. Band Hero, Udra Studio, all that kind of stuff. And then, drop that. Rally Sport Racing game, and then 13, which I've never actually played and I do want to, so I got it. As I was leaving that shop, looking through the bric-a-brac section, I managed to find this keyboard. And it is a PS2 keyboard, so it plugs into the older connections behind the computers. I've been looking for another one here. It's a little bit grimy, a little bit dusty, and it isn't the best, but it is something that I wanted, so I got it. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know that these are games that I left when I got a few other PlayStation 1 games and I regretted not getting them. So I actually went back to see if they had them still in, and they did, so obviously I got them all. This next charity shop is actually becoming one of my favourites because it has quite a few hidden gems, and this is one of them, God of War 2. You can see a whole bunch of numbers here, £20, £5, £29.95. Forget all them, it actually cost me £2, which I think is a bargain. I did actually come back to this shop another day and I found a few more things. Stuff that I didn't get, but stuff that I found interesting. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time for the PlayStation 2. Yeah, it says 50p on there, but if you look at the back, it's actually £2. So I did decide to leave it. You can actually get that cheaper elsewhere. And I also got Grand Theft Auto 4, I believe it is, an episode from Liberty City for the PC, £6. Again, you can actually get this cheaper, so I decided to leave it. On to another charity shop, which I think is quite bad at its pricing. You can get a lot of these for, a quarter of the price, but I did find one, and it is coming up in this next line of stuff. Star Wars Republic Commando. Yeah, I got that, and not much else. On to my absolute favourite charity shop, and I didn't actually get a lot of things here. I found these My Hero Academia keychain things. I love My Hero Academia, but not enough to get something like this. They did seem really cool though, for £1 each. Had a lot of Japanese on it. Yeah, it was really cool, but I didn't get any of them, unfortunately. Looking through the rest of the bric-a-brac section, I did manage to find this blue case here, which is a case for the Nintendo 3DS. Actually a really good substantial case. It had lots of compartments for games and all that kind of stuff, but I decided to leave it because I'm not really in the market for a 3DS case. However, good find for someone else who needs it. Okay, so this next one is actually a really decent haul. I found a lot of Xbox games for 50p, Borderlands, Halo, Gears of War, all that kind of stuff, as well as some original Xbox games like Commandos 2, which is something I want to play, Call of Duty 2, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I got the majority of these. I left the ones that I already had, but yeah, Medal of Honor European Assault, Halo 2, all that good stuff. Could not believe I found all these games for 50p each. Above these toys here, I found a whole bunch of pop vinyls, £4 each. I would have got quite a few of these, but to be honest, I'm just kind of sick of pop vinyls. I'm sure there's some decent bargains in here. I was really interested in the Fallout 4 ones, for example, this absolutely hench beast right here. But I just decided to leave it all because I've just got too many Funko Pops. But I'll leave them for the people who still collect them. Alright, so this is an unusual find. I actually found a Gigabyte X99 UD4P motherboard in basically a junk shop. I didn't really want to get it because I didn't think it would work, so I did leave it. However, I did find this PC case. It looked pretty rank, dusty, gross, all that kind of stuff, but it was only £10. It had the sides on it. Yeah, I decided to get it and try out, and it actually works. Back into the actual charity shops now, and I managed to find this Demon Slayer manga. I was absolutely going to get this, $5.99, pretty decent condition, but then I realised that it was all in what I believe to be French. Nothing against the French language, I just don't read it, I can't read it, don't understand it, so I decided to leave it for a French speaking person. This next find is actually quite unexpected. A few weeks ago I managed to find the second disc to what is basically a CD-ROM collection of Daily Mail applications to do with knowledge and learning and all that kind of stuff. And I managed to find the entire thing complete in much better condition than I found the second disc before. Onward to another charity shop, and I managed to find a couple of PlayStation 2 games among the Xbox 360 ones. I managed to find Summoner, which I've never heard of, but I'll try it, probably enjoy it. Then also PsyOps, the Mind Gate Conspiracy. I played this as a child and absolutely adored it, so it'll be good to jump back in at some point. This next collection of stuff I was really excited to find because I did actually notice a Nintendo GameCube game in there, which is something I don't usually find, but these were priced quite steeply, which was a shame, which is probably why they're still all there. However, looking through them, Knights of the Old Republic, Final Fantasy 13, Soul Calibur, etc, and then 007 Nightfire for the GameCube. Yeah, I just left all this stuff because it was just priced so outrageously. Looking past all the Captain Underpants stuff, I managed to find Free Glader, which is part of the Edge Chronicles by Paul Stewart and Chris Riddell. I adore Chris Riddell as an illustrator. This was only £1, and these were books from my childhood. I absolutely picked this up because I'm starting to collect all the books from my childhood. And then I just had a look to see if there were any other Edge Chronicle books there, but yeah, there wasn't. In the media section, I managed to find Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I thought was a good deal until I turned it around. It was £5. You can get that cheaper from CEX, for example, so I'll put it back. And then I just looked at the other stuff, and they were just kind of generic sports stuff and just things that I'm not really interested in. I also went in my local pawn shop on a whim, and I did manage to find columns for the Game Gear. No Game Boy games, none of them really caught my attention, but these things definitely did. These were all Sinclair ZX Spectrum games for just 50p. So yeah, I bought every single one of them, including that kind of yellowish Mexico 86 folder thing there. On to the very last charity shop now, and looking through the music CDs, I came across a very obscure plastic case. Now this case is actually what Blockbusters used to rent their PlayStation games in, and inside this plastic case was DBZ, Dead Ball Zone. So yeah, for £2 I definitely got it. So I started looking through the rest of the CDs to find hopefully another thing, and I did. I found the soundtrack for Wipeout 3. And one last find to round off this video. In the gaming section, I found a whole bunch of stuff, but something that really caught my attention was this Action Games CD. Lots of shareware action games, apparently. This thing had stuff like Duke Nukem 3D, Heretic, Hexen, Rise of the Triad, Shattered Steel, The Terminator, Genome, Power Slave, and Doom on it. Yeah, sure, this was all shareware stuff, but just seeing all this stuff in a physical form, absolutely fantastic. And so this is the ridiculous amount of stuff that I got in this Nerdy Thrifts run. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe how much stuff there is. Once you collect it all together, it just seems unreal. So yeah, I got a keyboard, I got a book, I got that CD collection, I got a bunch of ZX Spectrum games, I got a column for the Game Gear, some hidden object games, got some Wii games, PlayStation 2 games, Xbox games, Xbox 360 games, PlayStation 1 games, so much stuff. Of course, we can't forget that Vanquish case that I got for £10. Cleaned up nicely, put the sides on, put some really nice lighting in there, green and blue. They don't really match, but the green came with it anyway, but whatever. It looks absolutely fantastic, bunched like in with all my wires and all that kind of stuff. I really need to tidy my room. But in any case, if you enjoyed this video, then by all means like, comment, subscribe, do all that social media goodness. And as always, keep living that best nerd life.